Jack the Writer is the 4th episode of the 1st season of 30 Rock. This is directed by Gail Mancuso, and as always there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode and share some thoughts. It is, however, one of those episodes where I don't have that many thoughts. I didn't dislike this episode, but I definitely wouldn't say it's one of my favourites either. So I'm kind of just in the middle, and I'll talk about each of the main parts of the narrative in turn. Part of it focuses on Cerie and the fact that she wears next to nothing, and Liz tries to tell her that she needs to wear a bra. She basically needs to dress like she has a job and that she's actually in a professional environment. Cerie's not really getting it, but Liz picks out something for her to wear, and Cerie picks out something for Liz to wear. And we have Liz wearing a pretty fun outfit, I have to say. And in that moment, it did seem to give her a bit of confidence, which was quite nice to see. And the writers reacted the way I expected. Not a bad part of the narrative. I don't mind it. It works well enough. Part of the episode focuses on Kenneth, and Tracy is sending him out on all kinds of errands. He has to go and get nachos, specifically from Yankee Stadium. He's massaging his feet. He's doing things for the anniversary. And my favourite bit, and this is my favourite bit in the entire episode, I just loved how it played out. It's the bit where Kenneth is cycling along the roads of New York City, and he's carrying a fish in one hand, and there's no business like show business, and I just thought it was fabulous. It doesn't last tremendously long, but for me, that was definitely the highlight of the episode. And the title, Jack the Writer, refers to the fact that Jack is trying to sit in on the writers' writing sessions, and it's not exactly a great environment, and Liz says some things and she hurts his feelings, so she has to apologise to him, which she obviously wasn't very happy to do, but to her credit, she did it. And in return, Jack gives her some tickets to Chameleonaire, and it seems like they're friends now, which it's unclear how Liz feels about this. I think mostly it feels a little bit awkward. But then she kind of leans into it. The guys are eating pizza. She wants to ask Jack to give her keys so they can go and eat outside. And she ends up saying some things in front of some important people that Jack's not happy with. And it gets a little bit awkward from there, because Jack, to his credit, takes her to one side and he tells her, what I'm about to say I don't actually mean. But then he starts to speak down to her and basically belittles her in front of the important people. And it's a bit awkward. And that's how we end the episode. I do like the fact that we are starting to break down this barrier between Jack and the others, because it definitely seems like Jack the boss versus everybody else. And we're slowly starting to chip away at that. Jack, to his credit, has been trying from the beginning to feel like part of the gang. But at the same time, his efforts have not necessarily been the best. His attempts have not necessarily been the right approaches, but I feel like we are starting to chip away at that. And, well, I'll say no more about that. I have seen the show before. I know what happens, but I quite like this episode in part, but it's definitely not one of my favourites. I don't dislike it. The bit with Kenneth on the bicycle, I did absolutely love. In general, it's not a bad episode, but Jack the Writer is never going to be an all-time favourite.